Okay, so I just recorded this video, but um, I ended up yapping for like an hour and a half. So I'm gonna be a bit more clear and concise with this and what I want to talk about. So I just came back from uni, and in uni, I was in like this big like lecture theatre or lecture hall, and I was writing about like the value equation, which I'm gonna get into later. Like just essentially talking about value because it's this business class, this business lecture, and they're talking about like how can you provide value and how can you like find a good opportunity and make sure their product is good and stuff. And I was talking to them about the value equation. Again, I'm gonna talk about that later. But like my leg was like shaking, and I was. It did not help that I had like a leg day yesterday. My leg was shaking, and I was so nervous about it. And I was like, I think I did that all right, but I want to do it better. So it reminded me that like because I stumbled in my words. I was a bit nervous. I'm not gonna lie, and I was just like, man, I gotta word that better. I gotta find a good way to word it. And I just went through this like thought path or like rabbit hole, and I ended up landing on like on Twitter. You know when on Twitter when people are talking about like valuable threads or like providing value to your editing clients. And then I'm like, oh, I remember like seeing a lot of those, but not once have I heard somebody actually define what value is or what providing value is. Let me preface, I hate this word. I hate the term like providing value because it's so overused and nobody actually like gives a definition. It's just so throw around. Okay? If I say I provide value, if I say this video is valuable, okay, and I say I'm providing value, that could be like the same as some idiot making a thread saying don't give up. Like you have to do better as an editor. Make sure you wake up and make sure you have like protein and fucking like cold shower and stuff, and make sure you get to work and you go into deep work as an editor. That's what top 1% editors do. And then somebody says thank you for the valuable thread, bro. That can be perceived as the same thing because they're both valuable, but it's not. Like I hate the word and I fucking hate saying value. But anyways, a lot of people use it, so I'm going to tell you what value actually is, okay, and how you can provide value to your clients. And I'm going to go into a bit more than just that, okay? This video is a bit of a compound video. So I'm going to talk about, like, again, value, what value is. I'm going to use this value equation. I'm going to talk about a dream editor. What does a dream editor do? What are we supposed to be doing? What do clients want out of us? I'm going to speak a bit slower. What do clients want out of us? Like, what's the dream editor do? I'm going to talk about like a mistake that a lot of editors make, which is called like again with like stuff like communication and entitlement and client communication. Like client communication is gonna be such a big thing, and it's gonna be a bit, I don't want to say deep or emotional, but it's gonna be a pretty big, and I would really like you guys to watch that part at the end. Okay, not for like retention sakes, but just because it's like it's gonna be so big that you can just watch as much as as you want of it, and you don't have to worry about what's coming after that. Anyways, so like value. What the hell is value? Okay, let's just write down value. So what the hell is value? What is value? Oh, what is value? Well, value is how you can get somebody their desired outcome. So what is their desire? What do they want out of this? And can you get it to them with as little friction as possible? So if you don't know what friction is like what's stopping you from making this happen? Like what's slowing you down or what's stopping you from making this happen? So, um, and their desired outcome is like they want their dream editor, which is somebody who will like I'm gonna get into that later a bit more in detail, but it's essentially somebody who can work with their system, somebody who's reliable, somebody who they don't have to babysit, somebody who knows more about editing and like YouTube than the creator, okay? Can they have somebody like this perfect guy to edit their videos? And what's it gonna cost? Like how much what is this gonna take from me? Okay, am I gonna have to start giving up stuff? And there's an equation for this, the value equation, which is what I was talking about in uni. Um and it's essentially your desired or their desired outcome come multiplied by perceived attainability. Attain. You're gonna have to bear with me on the handwriting. I know it's bad. Attainability. Ugh. Divided by, well, it's time delay, but I'm gonna write down time because I'm very slow at this. Um, Times by effort and sacrifice. So, like, what are they gonna have to give up, or what are they gonna have to start doing in order to, make this happen, or what are they gonna do to get their desired outcome? Okay, so I'm gonna go into what all of these things are a bit more in depth. So, desired outcome is their dream editor, basically. What the hell is a dream editor? You might be thinking. What the like? Is it somebody with super cool visuals? No, it's not. And I'm gonna talk about why that's stupid. So, dream editor. Wow, you're gonna have to really excuse the handwriting. But essentially, dream editor, they are reliable. Reliable. Okay? They don't have to. The second they send you that footage as an editor, the second that client sends you the footage, they should be stress free. Their dream is to be able to like go to sleep and not have to worry, or they can like just kick back and relax and not worry about how you're doing. They should not be worrying about your performance and about how, and they should not be like questioning your ability. Okay? Because you're reliable. You know what you're doing. Okay? You know what you're talking about. You're reliable. If you're somebody who says like, oh, yeah, I can't do this part of the video because like my rendering doesn't work. My rendering's kind of messed up, so you're gonna have to do it for me. You're gonna have to render it yourself. Or like, if you tell them like, you start making excuses like, I can't actually edit today. You're gonna have to do it yourself. I just have like this family thing, or like I just don't want to, or like, you know, it's the weekend, so I don't really want to edit and stuff. That is a liability. Like, you're somebody they have to like think, oh shit, is this person gonna be able to do it? They should not. They shouldn't even have to question. They shouldn't have to have like the second guess if you're up for the job. You should be reliable. No problem. Okay. Editors seem to think that our job is adding on stuff to the video, but our job is actually fixing things from the video. Okay. Now I'm gonna see if I can save this because my voice is very dry. I literally just filmed this. But what I mean is like, if the audio is messed up, or if like the resolution is messed up, or if somebody didn't record, can you fix it? Can you save it? Okay. Let's say they finish recording and they check the footage. Oh man, it only comes through the left ear. Like, it only comes through out here. Like, we're gonna have to re-record. But you know what you're doing. So your client, you know what he says to his group? He says, "Don't worry, guys. My editor, he's got this. He's the guy. He's the dream editor." Oh, that looks ugly as hell. Okay, he's a dream editor. Like, he's got this. Okay, he's reliable. He knows what he's talking about. He can fix this. Okay, because he knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's doing. He's reliable. Okay. But a lot of editors can't seem to be reliable because they don't know how to fix things. They know how to add more, but they don't know how to fix things. Like, be honest, are you one of those people who focus on the first like minutes of visuals and then gives up for the rest? I've seen editors like that. Like, I've had people come join a call with me and they say, I don't know what's wrong with the editing. And I'd say, my brother, have you seen this? Like, with all due respect, have you actually watched this? This is cool for like the first minute, but that is like the longest pile of like horse shit I think I've ever seen. It's just 8 minutes of nothingness, but like the first minute is pretty cool. Okay, you need to be fixing this. Learn to fix. If you're a problem solver, like, you probably hear problem solver from like a lot of people that like big CEOs who talk about like hiring people and how to be a businessman. Like, if you can solve problems without anybody's help, you're the guy. Okay, you're the dream editor. You're the guy. because you're reliable. You can solve stuff. People can go to you for stuff because you can solve them. Okay? If there's this saying, I don't know where it's from. If if you bake a cake and the cake comes out burnt, you don't save the cake by adding icing on. You don't save the cake by like adding sprinkles and like cherries and like chocolates and stuff on top of it. You have to bake the cake again. Like if you if you can't fix the video, if you can't get the foundations right, how the hell are your visuals gonna save it? It's just gonna make it worse. It's just bittersweet now. You have to rebake the cake, make it good. Make sure you can solve the problems, fix the mistakes, be reliable. Be somebody who can make a good cake. Okay, once you've worried about making the good cake, you can have all the fun in the world with your visuals and stuff. Like I'm not trying to hate on people who do visuals. I love making visuals. Like I love making like motion graphics and stuff. I love using After Effects. It's so fun. But like a part of my job is to fix the stuff. I've got to show them that I'm reliable. I've got to fix the stuff first, and then then I can do whatever I want. I've got to bake the cake first. Does the cake taste good on its own? Okay, good. If it tastes good on its own, could you imagine how tasty it's gonna be at the end when you add all those like icing and stuff? The icing doesn't save it. The icing like um catalyzes it or like boosts it or like makes it better. Okay? Adding more doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna be better, but if you fix it, if it's good at first, oh, it's just gonna get better. If it's bad at first, it can't get better. It's just still bad. It's still bad. Learn to fix stuff. Learn to be reliable, so you can be that dream editor. What else? Time. Okay, can they fit in my system? Can they? How many videos can you do? Like the volume. Like, are you a volume guy? Are you not? Are you more focused on quality or not quantity? Okay, that's cool. Like you don't have to be somebody who's volume based. I'm not somebody who's very volume based. Okay. I generally like to edit like maximum like 4 videos a month. So when I got my first like the most I've made is like £8,000, which translate to like $10K. Like this is the sign, so it's like 8K. That translates to $10,000. But I don't like saying I've made 10K in a month because it feels like cheating, and I hate liars and I hate lying. So I want to preface the most I made was this, but in that month I had to do more than four videos a month. I had to do like 8 or 9, and I was so like tired and burnt out, and I was so unhealthy, and it was so bad. And that was a mistake because I should have let them know that my capacity is like 4 videos. I can't do more than that. Okay? If you can't do more, that's fine. Let them know that. Okay? Be clear with your communication. Let them know that you can't do more than however many videos. Okay? But can you fit in with the schedule? Okay? If he says that's cool, I only do like 2 videos a month. Cool. Then can you get the video done in this amount of time so we can start focusing on revisions? Okay? Can you fit into their schedule? Like, are you very adaptable? Like, are you fast on adapting? I'm gonna talk about this later. Like, actually, screw it. I'll talk about this now. I saw a tweet where somebody said, like, for all the creators, can you guys please be patient with us as editors? Can you be patient with us? It takes us time to adapt. Okay, please be patient with us. Okay, we need to adapt, and it takes us time to get used to your schedule and your stuff. Okay, please, please bear with us. Okay, I don't want to sound like Andrew Tate. Okay, I don't like Andrew Tate, but if you're somebody who expects the client to adjust to your wants and needs, you are so spoiled and you're being so entitled to the point where you cannot be a dream editor simply because you are you're expecting them to change their entire channel's upload schedule to your system because you don't like to change. That's being entitled. There's this book I read. I love reading it. It's this book by let me get it now. Mark Manson. It's called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And it talks about like how the current generation is super entitled. Okay? Alright, cool. it talks about like how the current generation is super entitled to stuff. Like they think rather than like adapting to the world's expectations, they expect the world to adapt to their expectations. Like you have to follow by my rules and what I say and what I want, otherwise I'm not gonna have it. I'm just gonna start complaining. But you can't complain. Like no one's gonna save you in life, okay? You can't be that person. You can't be that guy in that tweet. I don't know who it was. I'm not gonna say their name even if I did. Okay? But you can't say that they need to adapt to your time. You adapt to theirs. Okay? Adaptable. Adaptable. Okay? Can you adapt to their schedule and their time? If you can, boom. That's fast. You're doing it right, man. Okay? Um, and it's true. Like, most of this generation nowadays is like very entitled. You can't be entitled to that sort of stuff. Okay? You gotta be nice and respectable and clear on communication. I'm gonna talk about this a lot later. Clear on communication. So clear communicator. Okay, I know my handwriting is like a bit slanted, but you're gonna have to start watching the video like this now. Just kidding, by the way. But yeah, clear communicator. I'm gonna talk about this later. But like, if you're somebody who like not entitled, actually, we can talk about like not entitled. Okay. So not entitled. Entitled. Okay, because this is so big. Like people don't realize it. Like you're probably entitled as an editor, and that's like normal. Like most of us are. Like I'm still entitled. Like I still act very entitled about a lot of stuff that I may not realize. Okay, a lot of these things go over our heads, and we don't realize that we're being entitled. But let me show you some signs that you may be. Number one, not being able to adapt to their system. If they want you to do it by a certain date, and you say yes, then adapt to that schedule. If you say that you can't do it and that's not your capacity, then cool, find another client. But if you say yes, then you have to do it. Don't tell them, oh, actually, you're gonna have to adapt to my schedule because like I'm not very good with that. You know, I'm not very good with like the adapting stuff. Or so can we do it by my schedule? Like no, you said yes. Time to adapt, bitch. Okay, you can't be entitled. All right, if like you go to your portfolio, like go to your portfolio. I'm gonna go to mine, okay? Because I don't have this, but a lot of editors do. So when you go to your portfolio, is your portfolio like, do you have like more than 10 videos? All right. So let's like write down like portfolio while this loads. So port. How many videos does it have? Okay. Vid count. Do you have like more than 10 videos? If so, you're being entitled. You may not realize it, but you're being entitled. Okay. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 videos. And then a client list. 4 videos. Now, I talked about this in my portfolio video that I did like a few months ago, I think, maybe a few weeks ago. But anyways, vid count matters because there's this thing called let's do another arrow. Something called paradox of choice. Paradox of choice. So, when we have a a diversity in choices, when we have a lot of choices to make, like a lot of options, then it becomes stressful to us because our problem goes from should I get something or to like it goes from like should I get this to oh I have a variety of what I can get. Okay, so which one should I get? And just going from that problem of oh, should I get something to what should I get is super stressful. Okay, so when you have too many videos to watch, it becomes super stressful for people. Like I see a lot of people who have like a portfolio with like 10, 20 videos, and I'm like, do you actually think people are gonna watch this? Do you actually think people are gonna go through your portfolio? If I go, like, okay, like say for example you go on YouTube, all right, look at all of these videos. You have like all of these videos, you know, and I don't know which one to pick. What do I pick? Okay, a paradox of choice. So you know what I do? I just don't watch anything. I just close the tab because I don't know what to watch. Too many. Paradox of choice. Your portfolio is the same. But it's so much more important because if you have too many, then they won't pick anything. I have 4 here. If they wanted to, they can watch all of them, but they'll probably pick the first 2, which I like best. Okay? Because I worked with my dream clients, and it has stuff like the visuals immediately. I made this to do the visuals immediately, but I'm just saving time, and they don't have to worry about the paradox of choice. Okay? They're not being entitled. You're entitled if you think that they're gonna watch all your videos. Okay? Understand they aren't. Like, be respectful of their time. Don't be entitled and think they're gonna watch all of it, because they're not. Okay? Pick your best few videos. Add it on. Okay? Because just by the fact that you have too many videos popping up at the beginning, they're like, oh, that's stressful. I'm not gonna hire that guy. That's too much. I'm not even gonna bother with that guy. That's just so messy. I'm not gonna bother with him. So you're completely eliminated. You've lost. You don't realize that you lost so many inbound clients and inbound leads because of this paradox of choice on your portfolio. Because you were too entitled to actually make a good one and change, and actually make one with a low vid count. You were entitled. You thought that people are gonna, just because like all your videos are there, people are gonna watch it, but they're not. You're entitled. Don't be entitled. Okay? They don't have to be with like just communication, but you're just being entitled. If you go to your portfolio or your Twitter, oh my god, I see this in so many editors, and you have like a Calendly link in your bio saying book a call with me and we can get to working together. Do you think that maybe it does work? But if it doesn't, there's a reason. There's a reason. That's a sense of entitlement. From the first impressions really matter, and you probably hear this a lot. First impressions matter for a reason. If you have stuff like Calendly links, or if you have your prices, oh my god, if you put your prices in your bio, like your Twitter bio, okay? If I were to put like, oh, editor, I charge $5 million or whatever, okay? Or if I charge like $500 even, or like if I say I charge like $200, that's okay. They may agree. They may say, okay, cool. They may agree with that price, but from first impression, you're so arrogant and you're so entitled that you don't wanna. You just want to save conversation, okay? You don't have the decency to actually talk to me and negotiate, even if that's your prices. Even if you stick by that, even if you don't want to drop your price, let's say below $200. Let's say your price is $200, and you don't want to drop beneath that. That's cool, okay? But have some decency, man. Okay? Like, talk to them. Don't say, oh, my price is $200. I don't go any lower. Otherwise, don't DM me. That's so arrogant and so entitled and so rude. If you have that on your portfolio, or if you have that on your Twitter, or anywhere of your social presence, your YouTube jobs or whatever, like, take it down now. Okay? At least get to the point where you can discuss with them. So even if they don't agree with it, you can maybe somehow convince them to go there. This is losing you so much money because you're being entitled and you don't realize it. You can't afford being entitled. If you have a Calendly link, if you're like if you're saying like, oh, book a call with me, okay? Why the hell should I book a call with you? You're the one that needs commissions. I'm the guy with the money here. I'm the creator. I'm the guy hiring. Why the hell should I book a call with you? That's rude. Fuck you. Okay, fuck you. I'm not gonna hire you. I'm not gonna book a call with you. I'm gonna have a decent conversation with somebody who isn't gonna be like, oh, I'm I'm too busy. I'm too busy to talk to you. I'm too busy to make good, like, decent conversation. So I'm just gonna leave it up to a Calendly link. Okay, whatever. Like, that's not how it works. Like, and it baffles me how people can be this entitled. Okay, Mark Manson was right. Like, read this book. I'm not telling you you have to read this book to be a better editor. This isn't gonna make you a better editor. I love reading this book for the sake of reading the book. Okay, and it does talk about like entitlement somewhere in like all these pages. It talks about entitlement and how people are being very entitled. And like, I'll save you the time of actually reading it. Like, chances are, if you do any of this stuff, too many videos, so you think people are gonna read it, you're being entitled. If you just leave your price up there saying like that you charge like all this money, and don't DM me unless you're willing to pay this, that's entitled. If you leave a Calendly link instead of like actually engaging in conversation with people and actually like talking to them and saying, "Hey man, what's your content like? What are you looking for?" Okay, and then you start getting into deep into conversation, and then you say, "Okay, by the way, this is my price." And if they say, "Oh, that's way too much for me," cool. You're being respectful, because even if they can't afford it now, they will remember that you treated them very nicely and that you actually took the time to talk to them. And when they can afford it, they'll come to you, and then you guys can work together. Or if they can't, but they have friends who maybe are looking for editors or will be looking for editors, and those friends will say, "Hey man, did you find anyone?" And they'll say, "I did. He's not in my budget. Maybe you'll like him because you're willing to pay more." Okay, it's this guy, and this guy will hopefully be you because you gauge conversation. Like all these, you may not realize it. All these creators have connections with each other. They all talk. Okay, they all talk to each other, but like behind our backs, we don't realize. Not about like sometimes about us, sometimes not. But when they're talking about us, they should be saying nice things about you. If if you're a red flag, like Calendly link, and like price in bio or price in portfolio, and then like 10 videos in your portfolio, you you negatively impacted one guy, and then he started talking badly about you to all of his friends, even the ones that can afford you. They say no to. Okay, but if you were nice, if you actually like didn't have this Calendly link, and if you gauged conversation, and you said, "Oh, by the way, I charge $200," and they say, "Oh, I can't do that." But then they're gonna go talk to their friend. "Oh, by the way, there's a guy that actually like charges $200. You can afford him. Like maybe he seemed pretty nice. Like go talk to him." And you guys will talk. And then you'll actually have gained a client, not from the original inbound or from the outreach client, but because he recommended to your friend because you were very nice and you weren't entitled. You weren't entitled. Okay? That is dream editor material. Somebody who doesn't expect things from other people. Okay? Somebody who's actually like who's kind, reliable. Somebody who can fit in with the time and schedule and stuff, Dream editor stuff, bro. That's dream editor stuff. Like, what else am I missing? Um, Again, knowledge. Oh my god, knowledge. This is a big one. If you jump into a call with them, now I'm in 30 minutes. I'm probably gonna like talk about the rest of this as well. Okay, and I'm gonna link knowledge with perceived attainability. So perceived attainability. How possible does this seem? Does it seem like does this editor, this guy that I'm talking to, is it possible that he'll be my dream editor? Does it look like he can be the guy that can be all four of these boxes, or 10, or I don't know how many boxes there is, that they'll have their own preferences for an editor. They'll have their, but this is generally what creators look for in an editor. Okay, they're not entitled. They're a clear communicator. They have more knowledge in editing and in YouTube than the creator does. They're adaptable. They're reliable. Clear communicator, good communicator, nice person, dream editor. Okay, how possible does it seem that this person can do all of this? Okay, what's the best way to show them that? Well, through your knowledge. If you guys like hop on a call, if you guys are talking to each other, or he reaches your DMs, or you DM him, show them that you know this stuff. Show them that you know your stuff, that you have skin in the game. Okay, show them that you can do all of this stuff. Hint towards stuff. Okay, maybe your portfolio does the talking for you. Okay, maybe you know how to get like a lot of views. Maybe you're doing this for a while. Okay, maybe you know how to get views and stuff. Maybe people are saying nice things about you. Your portfolio is doing this talking for you. It's doing all the knowledge talk for you, which makes your perceived attainability go up. Oh, this guy can be the guy. He looks like he knows what he's talking about. Okay, this makes this seem a bit more possible. I think he might actually be the guy. Okay, the harder it is to make this stuff look possible, the less like the less like you're gonna land. I'll be real. Like this is a big one. Okay, if they can't trust you, if they can't believe you, like they're not gonna hire you. Okay, if you make a promise that you can't keep. Okay, if you say if you've been editing for like, let's say 2 months, and you tell them, I can edit you Mr. Beast style video in 2 days, okay? And I can get you all these views and maximum retention. But you've been editing for 2 months. You're making promises that are so obvious you can't keep. Like, don't don't try and bullshit me out of this, okay? This now seems less likely because you tried to make me the most obvious lie. It's not a very clear communicator of you. That sounds like a liar to me. You're not dream editor material. You're fucking, like I said this in the previous recording, shitty poo-poo editor. Shitty baby, crybaby, non-reliable, poo-poo, no knowledge, dumb, doesn't clear, like has no clear communication, dumb poo-poo baby editor who's entitled to everything, cries about his software not working, and saying that he can't finish the fucking video because he's just not reliable, okay? That's the kind of editor you'll be, okay? If you make these false promises. Lying, I hate lying so much, and they're gonna see it as well. If they can't trust you, oh, they're never gonna, like, you could be all of this, okay? You could be a good editor, but if you're a liar, like, no one's gonna tolerate lying, bro. And I'm gonna get into lying a little bit later, okay? Use your knowledge to show off that you have all four, like, that you've covered all corners of this dream editor. Make this seem so possible. Make this desired outcome seem so possible. Whatever they want out of this relationship with you and them, make it seem so possible, okay? As possible as possible. Anyways, time. So time is like, this can go anyway. From the point that they send you money, okay? Maybe to the point that they see results, okay? Or like, from the point you guys start talking to each other, let's put like a speech bubble. So the point they start talking to each other, how fast can they see results? So if they pay you for a video, how fast are they gonna feel like they made the right decision? Like, the faster you can make them feel like they made the right decision, the better they're gonna feel, and the more you're gonna sell that you're a dream editor. When you talk and you show off your knowledge and you're being perceived, okay? You're being perceived as this dream editor. This perceived attainability goes up because you are making you're getting results faster. Okay, results doesn't have to be like more views or quicker videos or better looking videos. It can literally be like, how fast can I make them feel like they made the right decision? Okay? If I start spitting like pure, like nothing but pure editor source knowledge, okay? And they start thinking, like, and they start grinning, they start cheesing, like, yeah, this is the guy, I fucking found him, I found my dream editor, okay? You're making this a lot, this bracket a lot smaller, okay? The longer it takes for you to convince them, the more they're feeling, oh, I don't know if this is the guy, you know? What if this guy's a scam artist? The longer it takes to convince them, like, the harder it's gonna be to make any of this seem possible. Okay? You gotta shut this shit down fast. The second they pay you, or the second you guys start talking, you gotta make them feel like you're the one. They should not even have to consider the other ones. Okay? Because if they don't consider the other editors and they start going for you and you close them that fast, you are making this seem so much more possible and so much more like you just seems like so much more of this dream editor that they want, that it's going to be harder to convince them that you're not the dream editor rather than to convince them that you are. Like, if you get this done super fast, it's going to be like so hard to make them think that you're not the dream editor. They're going to be so convinced you're the fucking guy, okay? Simply because you managed to make the time of results come faster. Like, I don't know how to explain. Like, the faster they start feeling results, the faster they start seeing results, and the faster they start feeling like they made the right decision, the better. Like, much better. Okay. And this sort of like links to that paradox of choice. The longer that takes, okay, let's say like you start talking and you try to, like, if it takes long to get results or to make them feel like they made the right decision, in that time they're gonna be thinking, like, in this time, this long time, they're gonna be thinking, like, should I have hired somebody else? Paradox of choice, okay? It's like, am I making the right decision being here? If they're like, you know, like if you're on a portfolio and you're looking at somebody's work, at first they could think, oh, this is the guy, but the longer they're watching, they're like, oh, I don't know anymore. Like, what if he's not the guy? You gotta sell them as fast as possible, okay? Sell as fast as possible. Don't long it out. And if you do, if they're sold, they say yes, you're the guy, you're hired. Shut up. Like, zip it there. Because the second you make that, the second you sell yourself, the second they say yes to you, you're done. You can only go down from there. And you can only go down if you start like just yapping and yapping and yapping and you're like, okay, is this guy just saying words now? Like, I thought he was the guy. Maybe he's not the guy. Sell it fast. Okay? It doesn't even have to be like make the video immediately. It can just be like make them feel like they made the right decision. Okay? And then perform. Keep showing these results. And once you do land them, and once they pay you, okay? This isn't a time for rest. When they pay you, you should actually be panicking more. Okay? Your worry of, oh, can they land them, to landing them shouldn't make you feel like, oh, I landed them. Now I can relax. Now I can just wait for them to send over the footage and we're good. You should be like, oh shit, I landed them. Okay, now I really have to impress them. Then they pay you. Oh my god, he just paid me. What do I do? Like, he just paid me. I need to make sure this is the best video ever. I need to really impress him. Okay? I don't want to be like, this is gonna sound a bit weird, but when I figured this out and when I realized this made me like not even just a better editor or better. This made me like a much harder. Like, I just started working so much harder when I realized this, and that is, you gotta make them love you, bro. Okay, you gotta really make them love you. The more, like, the further into the, like, I guess, like, relationship you can get. Okay, you don't rest as soon as you land them. You don't rest as soon as you bag the client. You don't rest as soon as they pay you. You should be trying even harder to make them love you. Okay, let's say you get into a call with an inbound client or an outreach client, and you try to convince somebody, and you spit all this pure editing knowledge, and they're like, wow, this guy knows what he's talking about. He could be the dream editor. He could be the dream editor. Okay, yes, I'll work with you. Let's say that happens. You should not like get off that call and be like, that's another client, done, cool. Let's just fucking go to bed. Let's just, I don't know, whatever. Let's do whatever. No, you should be like, I land them. Fuck. Okay. How can I make this as good, like as good as possible? When I landed Sharky, I like at the time I realized this, and then I landed Sharky, the client. I got off the phone with him. I was walking up and down my room, and I got off the call with him. He said, like, come to the studio, and I was like, okay, awesome. I didn't after that, like when we ended the phone call, I didn't like put down the phone and go like, oh my god, I'm going. I put down the phone thinking, okay, what the hell is this series gonna look like? I need to make sure this intro bangs, bro. Like, I need to make sure this looks so sick. Okay, what does he want? Okay, well, the theme is football mastermind. So how do I make this look like a mastermindy? Okay, and I just stayed up until like 2 a.m. I think, or 1 a.m. Just like thinking of ideas from like 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. Because once this happened, once we got the result, once he said yes, and once we got into a call and he said come to the studio, I didn't sit there celebrating. I sat there thinking, I want him to love me. I want him to love me. Like, you should make people like, you should be like almost insecure about people not loving you. Okay, that's gonna sound insane, but you need to want people to love you so you can start producing better results. Okay, like, it's not even just about producing results, it's about producing even better results as you go on. Okay, they say yes, cool, zip it. How can I make this even better? They pay you, cool. Let's make a good fucking video. Cool. Next video, let's do it again. Let's make them love me even more and more and more and more. Like, that's how it should be, and that's how it is. Like, I'll get into this as well later. Okay, I'm just gonna put like a little like thing. So I'm gonna talk about this later. I'm gonna talk about this later. I'm gonna talk about. Okay. Nah. Okay. Anyways, now effort and sacrifice. Well, we're 40 minutes in, and I'm talking about. This isn't just what's like. This isn't just the only thing that I'm gonna talk about. By the way, there's gonna be so much more. Effort and sacrifice. Do they have to do more? Like, do they have to do more in order to start working with you? Do they have to give up something to start working with you? Like minus minus. Are you making it easier? Do they have to do less? Which is what we're aiming for. We should be aiming for this, not this. If somebody hires you as an editor, the second they send you that footage, they should be able to go to bed and sleep like a baby, knowing that you can do your job. They should know that you're reliable, that you're the dream editor reliable, okay? Reliable dream editor, they need to know this. They need to sleep well knowing this, okay? They need to know this. But they can't know this if you're not reliable, okay? They can't sleep well if you're not reliable, okay? So, if you say, oh, I don't do subtitles, by the way, or I don't do cutting, by the way, can you do it for me? Like, so I can do the rest. They have to do more. I hired you, so I had to do less. So why, why are you lazy son of a bitch editor? Why are you making me do this? I hired you, so I don't have to do this. I hate editing. Okay, YouTubers, they probably hate editing. That's why they hire editors. Like, I hate editing. Why do I have to do it? This is the reason why I hired you, so you can do this. It should be to the point where they have to do less. They can sleep they can sleep like a baby, knowing that they hired the guy. They hired the dream editor. They hired the guy. Okay? Okay? Do they have to give up something? Maybe they had to go on a date. Maybe they had to go out with their boys and their mates. And they're supposed to enjoy it. But they can't. Because the little crybaby shitbag editor is like texting them, oh, my software doesn't work. Oh, I can't send it to you. Oh, the editing isn't going very, like, oh, I have to deal with this guy. I'm trying to hang out with my boys, and my editor, he's just rambling on and on and on, like making all these excuses. Okay? Now they have to give up stuff. They have to give up the enjoyment of hanging out with their friends because you can't do your job properly. What? You, an editor, can't edit? So now they have to suffer for that? Oh, I don't do cutting. You're an editor. That's like the basics of cutting. You telling me you can't do it? Okay. Oh, I can't hang out. Sorry guys, my editor's a child apparently. He just can't seem to do stuff. We don't want that. Oh, I recorded, but no, the audio's on the left side. Oh, the color looks so bad. My editor's got this. We're looking for this, not that. Don't make them give up stuff. Don't make them do more stuff. Make them feel like you're the guy. Make them feel like they made the right decision. Like they're talking to their, like say if they're the podcast, their group, they should be bragging about you to their group. Like they should be like, guys, I'm gatekeeping the shit out of this guy because he's so good. Like that's why they don't like YouTubers. They don't put the editor in the description because they don't want them being poached because their editors they just love their editor that much. Okay, that's why they don't credit because they're scared of other creators like hitting them up and working with them. Okay, make them feel like they have to do less when they hire you. Okay, like they're not giving up anything. They're like, wow, this is a gift. I've just been gifted this brilliant man who can do everything I want him to do, like everything that I don't want to do. Okay, they do less because they don't have to put in extra effort. They don't have to sacrifice their time and their enjoyment for you because you're the guy. Remember, you're the dream editor. You're the guy. You've got this. You're the guy. Okay, you're reliable. You can get shit done. Okay. I don't know if I mentioned this. Like the cake. The is the cake burnt? If it's burnt, then bake another one. Make sure it's good. Okay, your icing won't save it. It's if you just put icing on a burnt cake, that doesn't make the cake good. It just makes it like a polished mess. It just makes it like it looks like you like polished a piece of shit, man. Make it good. Be reliable. Okay, so that they don't have to make the effort and sacrifice. Okay, you can do your job properly. They don't have to worry. They can send the footage to you, go to sleep like a baby, and they don't have to worry about having to do this. because you can bake a cake. You can bake a cake. You can bake a cake. That's the goal here, guys. Okay, not literally, but like analogy wise, okay? Um Now, clear communication I think is the next one I'm going to talk about. Um I'm just trying to remember if I'm missing anything else. So we've talked about Dream Editor, we talked about value, we talked about entitlement. I think that was 5 things. Like what value is. Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay. Clear communication. This one's big, and I'm kind of like not really stressing, but it's like this can go very wrong for me or very right. It depends how people see this, because it's gonna be pretty, I guess, polarizing. But I don't know. Anyways, clear communication with your editors is the most important thing. Not with your editors, with your clients is the most important thing you can do as an editor. When I was working with Sharky for like the first 2 videos, I was late, and I was very worried about what he'd say to me if I was late. So I just aired him. Every time he would text me and say, "What's going on with the video, man? I don't know what's going on. Like, why are you keeping me in the dark?" I would air him because I was so scared that he would be angry with me. After those 2 uploads, he told me like, "Hey, you don't have to worry about like making me upset, okay? I've been doing YouTube longer than you've been editing, like way longer. I've been doing editing since you were like a kid, bro. I mean, I've been making videos since you were a kid, bro. You don't have to worry about that. Just let me know how the video's going, okay? If you can, if you can just simply tell me if things are going bad, then tell me. I don't want to be in the dark with my own videos, so you can tell me this." And that made me feel so happy and so good because I was like so scared of him being angry with me. So our relationship really started building on that trust that I could tell him what was going on, and then I started performing better. Like I wasn't really like as late with the uploads. I was doing better. The editing was better, and we were all happy. We were getting 1 out of 10s and stuff. We were really performing because I could really trust him. The next time I went to the studio, I wasn't like super shy. I was talking to the guys. Like we were having a good time. We were making jokes. We were playing card games. We went out to get food. It was sick. It was vibes because I didn't have to fear him anymore. Okay. Clear communication, one thing you need to understand is that this isn't the relationship. I made this big mistake when I was younger in 2021, like where somebody was saying, "Editors, do you guys think that you're working with or for your clients?" And I replied to it saying, "I think I'm working for my clients, but I hope he doesn't see this, lol, because that'd be a super awkward conversation." But he follows me on Twitter and he DM'd me about it. He was like, "Hey man, I saw this," and I was like, "I don't want to make you feel like that. I want to make sure that we're working together." And I was like, "Oh, that's such an awkward conversation to have, you know?" Why would I reply in the first place, okay? And I thought it was like this, where this is you and this is the client, or like I should at least say editor and the client. But that's not the case. That is not how it works. This is the client, and this is the editor. Who would have guessed? Client, editor. They work together. You don't work for them. They're not bigger than you. We're both human. Like we're both human. We're both here working together on this, okay? Don't feel like you have to like don't feel like you have to look up to them or they're looking down on you because you guys are the same. You're both human. You both want stuff. Be clear on that. One mistake I see with a lot of editors is when they're trying to like outreach. When they're trying to outreach, they try to use like these language techniques that they may have learned online, or they try to like impress. Oh, this is big. This really pisses me off. Like, not pisses me off, but it's like, why are you doing this? Like, you guys are shooting yourselves in the foot. A lot of you, okay? And I'm gonna go on Twitter. Uh, I'm gonna go on Twitter, and I'm gonna go on like. So with me, my bio is nothing special. It says like editor, simple as that, and my portfolio, simple as that. Like all you need is like your past clients, and like just your past clients, and your what you are, which is an editor, and your portfolio. Simple as that. I'm going to go to a random editor here. Now let's see what some of you. Okay, video editor, good. Um, editor, good. Editor, good. Editor, good. Editor, good. Editor, good. Now let's see if I can find somebody that, you know, may be doing the thing that I often hear about. Okay, yeah. Okay, stuff like this. Like I help creators level up their content. DM me to take your content to the next level. Okay, so like what do you do? I actually don't know what that means. What does improve my content do? Helping creators create engaging content with editing that works. Oh, editing. Oh, so you're an editor. Just say that. I know Kinzo. Like Kinzo, I love you, man. I'm sorry. In fact, I'll follow you. Okay. I don't want to roast people. Okay. Just say video editor. It works. Like I see a lot of people. I'm actually struggling to find it now. This is very. I just recorded this. Yeah. Okay. Like here, helping creators scale their channel through short form and long form content. Oh, you're a video editor. Oh, you're an editor. Okay, that's cool. Okay. But I should have got that from like immediately. Like, don't use fancy words to try and impress me because now it tells me that you're just gonna arse lick. You know, I just want to be someone who can be straight up with me. Um, like when you're outreaching with your like with your bios, just say you're an editor. It's not that hard. Just put who you've worked with, like Musa Fishy. I'm sorry, or Musa Editor Fishy. Okay, not trying to violate you here, man. I'm just saying that like it'd be easier if they could just read this. You don't have to overcomplicate things, okay? You just need editor. That's simple as. They know. Okay, when remember what I said earlier. The faster you can get that result, the better. Editor, they've got it immediately. They've said yes. You don't need to say anything more. You don't need to say any more. You say editor, you're done, okay? Because we did this. But had we done like a super long bio about generating leads or scaling your content and generating all those like super like buzzwordy stuff, like just using random big words to make it look like we know what we're talking about, that's this. That's the. Why the hell do you have to tell me something about like generating lead content, uh, content generator, uh, scaling visuals, blah 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 blah, like fucking boring words. You're just yapper, bro. Like it's all I'm hearing is this yapper that I don't need to hear. That's this. You're just taking longer to sell it. Like, oh, you're an editor? Cool. Good to know. That's what I'm looking for. Maybe if they're looking for somebody who's scaling content business, generating leads, moose, like, not moose. Like, maybe they're looking for like somebody who's like scaling content, generating leads, like editor, making visuals come to life, super cool, super fragile, espialidocious, editing, cool man. Okay, then maybe that'd be good too. But what are the odds they're looking for somebody with that specific title of generating leads and all these super buzzwordy stuff? Okay, they want editor. Okay, they want editor. Let's be real. Done. That's all you need. Okay, clear communication. I know I yapped a bit there. That was actually pretty ironic. Wasn't very clear communicator. But you don't need anything crazy. Just keep it simple, guys. Please, just keep it simple. People know what an editor is. You don't need to explain to them how the job works. That should be like everything that people have in their bios. Like all of these people, everything they have in their bios with like what they do. Like if they say that they working with personal brand, I don't actually know what this is. Okay, it says editor in bio, but like let's say I was stupid and I couldn't if I just couldn't read that and I could only read this, I would no idea what this is. But whatever you put in your bios should be part of the job anyways. Whatever you think you're doing, it should be part of the job. Content for your favorite brands. Content creators and business clients. Okay, bro. Like, no. Okay, not trying to be rude again, but like this, I don't know what this means. I know what editor is. Are you an editor? Is he? Okay, yeah, editor. Okay, that should content solutions for creators business. Like, I don't know what this means. Sometimes people just may not like. You just can't have the arrogance to know that people will know what this means. Editor works. People know where editors are because they're looking for it. Okay, you don't need this stuff, bro. Keep it simple. We know what an editor is. We don't need to hear about your fucking content acquisition, clients generated, views made, blah 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 blah. We don't need to hear about that. So keep it simple, guys, please. Outreach. Again, don't do the same thing. Don't try and impress them and say, I can get you. I can. I get DMs like this all the time. I can help you with your scaling your content and building your MRR and this and that. Like, oh, shut up, man. Like let's be real. You don't care about my growth. Like if you come to me and you say that you can help me, it doesn't make me feel like you want to help me. It just makes me feel like you want my money. Okay? Which has a bad. It's not a bad thing, but generally people will see this as like a selfish and bad thing. I'm gonna get into that later. But wanting money and being selfish is not bad. Okay? But generally, if you tell people that you're there to like help them scale their business and stuff, like they're not gonna give a shit. In fact, they're gonna think the complete opposite and think, "Oh, you just want my money." Let's be real. You know what you're talking about. Okay? Like, just be normal. You don't need like complex outreach, guys. You don't need to impress them. Okay? Impress them with what you know. Don't use like don't use like crazy buzzwords. Show them what you know. Show them that you have skin in the game. Show them your portfolio. Okay? Your reviews. Maybe somebody in your reviews will say that you're reliable. Maybe somebody say that you're a good communicator. In your portfolio does a lot of this. It's the first stage of selling yourself as a dream editor. Okay? You shouldn't have to rely on using crazy buzzwords to look like that you know what you're talking about. Okay? It's always it's always the smallest dog that barks the loudest. Okay? I don't know if you heard that, but essentially like smallest dog barks the loudest means the ones who actually don't know what they're talking about always try to make it look like they know what they're talking about. Like they always try to prove it to people. I don't go around telling people like you should listen to me. Like I worked with this person, this person, this person. I made this much money. Do you know who I am? I made this much money. Like the smallest dog barks the loudest. I don't need to tell people that because I know it's me. I know this is who I am. I don't need to go and advertise to people. What the fuck? Okay, I just make the videos because because I know what I'm talking about. And like if people want to watch it, they want to watch it. I'm not gonna if somebody like gives me advice or somebody gives me um like feedback on a video. I'm not gonna say who do you think you are? Who, I know this, and you don't. Like that's so arrogant. And also like even if you mean it in a nice way, you don't need to impress me, bro. Okay, like the smallest dog barks the loudest. Don't be the smallest dog, bro. Let the work do the talking for you. Okay, let the fact that you've done this, let your knowledge talk. The more like if you just soak up more knowledge and more experience, you'll let it talk. You'll let the work do the talking for you. Okay, that's impressive. But in the meantime, just be real with me, man. Okay, there's another thing I want to talk about, like wanting money, selfishness. Selfishness. This huge. Okay? One thing I want to say, selfishness is not a bad thing. Okay? It's not bad. It's normal. Okay? And I want to prove it to you right here. Like I want to show you. And this is what I was saying earlier, like this could be pretty risky for me to do, but I just want to sort of clear up why I do YouTube and what I want. And I'm going to be very selfish here. You're going to hear me be very selfish, but I'm going to explain to you like why I do the things that I do and how you can use that to your advantage when you're trying to bag clients or when you're trying to, work with anybody or whatever. Um, so as a kid, I was like, I'm gonna put this in the center a bit more. So as a kid, I was a very big underachiever and a big liar. Like this is from like, bro, from like birth to like even like 17 years old, I was lying and stuff. Like even in like after secondary school, but in secondary school it was big because I got this reputation as a liar and I hated it and I didn't like it. But it's because like when I joined a school in secondary school in high school and I didn't like it, so I moved to a school with all my friends. And when I joined, my friends were like, "Oh my God, Danny's here! Danny's guys, everyone, Danny's here!" and it was so good, and I felt so good. I felt so loved, and I had all this. I was like the center of attention, and I loved it, and I wanted to hold on to that love. Okay, I wanted to hold on to that love. But instead of doing it legitimately, I was lying. I was lying to people. So when as time goes on, that sort of love and that attention that I got faded, and I didn't like that. I couldn't cope with that. So I started making up lies about random stuff. Like for example, I'll just give you an example. I have a math test, and I got like 24. True story. I got like 24 out of 40. But I told people I got like 32 out of 40. And then people started to pick up on the fact that I lied and that I didn't actually have it. Because somebody actually saw my exam score on the paper, and they said, "That's a lie. You didn't get 32. You got 24. You're a liar." And you think I stopped there, but I kept doing it, doing it, doing it, to the point where they didn't even have to look at my score. Like I could get like maybe like I would get like 28. Okay, let me actually write this properly. Like maybe I could get like 28 out of 40. Okay, but I tell people that I get like 34 out of 40, and they'd say, "No, you didn't. We all know you got something like 18." And I'd be like, "Okay, okay, I was lying, guys, but I actually got 28." And they'd be like, "Bro, you again with the lies. We all know you got something like really bad, like probably like 15, 18." I'd be like, "No, no, no, I got 28. I got 28. Like I know I was lying about that, but like I'm serious. I got 28. I was lying about this, but like I got this, you know." And nobody believed me. They all thought I was this, and that crushed me. But you'd think I'd stop there. You'd think I'd tell the truth, like the boy who cried wolf. You know, there's a story called the boy who cried wolf, who he would scream wolf in the village, and then everybody would like beware, where? They're trying to protect him, and he'd say, I'm just kidding, I got you guys. And then he'd do it again the next day, wolf, wolf, wolf. They say where? I got you guys again. He does it on the third day, but this time there's actually a wolf. Wolf gets him, eats him. So when he screams wolf, 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 and then they come and they're like, "Oh, bro, like we know you're like taking the piss. It's jokes hold." He's like, "No, no, no, Wolf is actually here, guys. Wolf is actually here." And this time the wolf was there. He wasn't lying. He was telling the truth. Okay? After all of these lies, okay? They didn't believe him on the third time when he actually got this. So then he got eaten. Same with me. Like I got this, told people I got that. They're like, "You lied," and I did. Next time I get this, tell people I got that. I know you didn't. We all know that you actually got that. And I'm like, no, 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 I really did get this. But I'm like the boy who cried wolf. They don't believe me. So, you know, it sucked being the big liar. And it's a reason why I hate lying so much. Like I can't stand liars. I hate it so much. And I really want to expose all the lies and stuff in the editing space. So, for me to go from like a liar, like I was at a point where people would think there was no hope for me. Like I was a kid destined to lose. My mum especially made me feel like there was no hope for me. Like to this day, she still doesn't believe I can make it in life with all my goals that I want. And what I want is to make these videos, all these videos, and make you guys learn so much. I want you to come into these videos curious, write all your little notes, leave feeling like you left something. And not just that, I want you to actually implement it and you actually get results, because that makes me feel good. To go from the liar kid who lied on his exams and the kid who was destined to fail, to, to go from that to somebody who actually has an impact on people's lives, who can actually help them, you know, to be somebody who can actually get somebody to go from like a couple hundred to like a couple $1,000s a month and actually have that impact, to make somebody, if they worked so much that they made everyone around them, if they made their lives better simply because one guy listened to me, and his editing got better, and he started making more money, and he started like being more happy with himself, and he started discovering himself as a person, all because of me, because of the stuff that I say. That's what I want for these videos. Okay, that's what I want. Okay, that's me being like, this is like me trying to have like clear communication with you guys. Okay, this is like try and like forget about the video for now. Like me and you talking right now, bro. Like this is what I want out of this relationship between me and you. I want you to learn so much so that I actually feel good about myself from being having this redemption arc, I guess you could say, from going from like this little liar to being like legit. Like I achieved everything I wanted to in editing. I got my dream clients. Okay, I never had a goal for money. Okay, like I got my dream clients. You can see here they follow me. Like we had DMs and stuff. I'm not gonna show because they're like I don't know. I'm pretty. I guess I can show, but I'm probably gonna like I'm probably gonna blur it, but because I don't like showing DMs and stuff. But generally, like I landed my dream clients. That's all I wanted. I never really had a goal with money, but I made a shit ton of money. I became a better person. I learned so much, and I went through like this journey of self discovery from editing, and I learned and I changed and became a better person for it. And I want the same for you guys, but I want that same attention that I got from transitioning schools. I'm gonna do a drawing here so I can keep like going back to it. Okay, let's say this is school 1 to like school 2. Okay, so school 1 and then school 2. Okay, that same transition where I had all the love here at the beginning, I want that again. I make these videos and then my views will go up, my subscriber count will go up. I won't get like when more people are watching and more people are saying thank you, I love your videos, you're doing so much, you're providing so much value, and they say this stuff. I don't get complacent. I want you to love me more. I want to make better videos. I really want these results from you guys. I really want to make sure that you guys are doing well because that makes me feel so good. Okay, that's selfish. Okay, that's selfish. I'm being selfish. I I want you guys to do better because it makes me feel good. Like I feel good about myself. I can say fuck you to everybody who didn't believe in me. Okay? I look good because you guys do good. Okay? That's selfish. Okay? But that's normal. That's human. I make products like if you don't know, I have an editing pack. I charge like fucking £150 for it. Okay? Which you may think is a lot. You may think it's not. Okay? I'm not telling you to buy it. Okay? Buy it. Don't buy it. I don't care. Watch the videos because I may want your money, okay? Let's be real. Like I'm not gonna be like some like finance guru saying I don't care about money. Like money's not everything to me. Like come on, let's be real. We need money to live, okay? It's normal. It's normal to want stuff. There's a reason you guys don't edit for free. You charge. That's normal. You charge money for like for these videos. It's normal. It's normal to be selfish. Like you shouldn't apologize for it. Okay? I'm not gonna apologize for making products because I actually believe in them. Why do I believe in them? I make them so good that I want you to love me. I want you to love me even more, guys. Okay? And I can't do that if I'm making bad videos. I can't do that if I'm making bad products. Okay? I'm not gonna tell you to do whatever. Do whatever you want. Watch my videos. Don't watch my videos. Buy my stuff. Don't buy my stuff. I don't care. But for those who are getting the real results, and they're saying thank you. Oh, that makes me feel so good. And it's the selfish reason why I do it. I do this stuff for selfish reasons. There's no such thing as a good Samaritan. Nobody does this to be selfless. Nobody says, I want you to do well, okay? Like, no one's gonna outreach to you. Like, you're not gonna outreach to anybody and say, I want you to do better. Like, why should you give a shit about my channel? Let's be real. You want my money. Be real about it, bro. Be clear with me. Be real. Everything I just told you, the reason why I just told you my entire life story and my biggest insecurity and my biggest shame was because I want clear communication between you guys and use that as an example. Like you don't have to open up to every single person you're doing. Like don't overshare. Okay, this is my YouTube channel. This is different. But be clear with people. Don't like beat around the bush and say that you're gonna do stuff for free. Don't like be real with them. You are gonna charge money. That's normal. Don't tell them that you're gonna like get them more like sales and lead generate like all these buzzwords. Don't use these buzzwords to make them feel like you're selling them a dream or something. Be clear with them. Okay? Let it be known that like I'm not gonna say let it be known that you're this because that's being like arrogant and stuff. Okay? We don't want to be arrogant. But you don't have to try so hard with like impressing and like buzzwords and your crazy bios and stuff. You can just be clear with me. Like just be real, guys. Okay? Obviously don't act like too casual with your clients. Like there's a saying called dress for the job. which means like, so dress for the job, dress for job. So if I go to McDonald's or I go to KFC or I go to like Taco Bell and I go for a job interview, I'm not gonna go in a full suit, am I? I'm not gonna be super professional and say like I can increase your like your sales and your leads and your business. They're like, oh bro, we just want someone who can like cook the fucking food. Can you do that? Like they're gonna be real because it's not that crazy corporate job. It's just like a minimum wage paying job. Dress for the job. Just come in your regular clothes, bro. We know you're just a regular kid. You don't need a suit and tie and briefcase to be fancy. Dress for the job. Be casual. If it's a big client, if it's a huge client like 10 million subscribers, then I would understand to be a bit more professional. Okay? But if you're charging something lower, like if you're charging like $50, I think nowadays, $50, $200, chances are the people that like look who you're working for, guys. Okay? Are you working with some like Roblox YouTuber who plays in his room? Are you working with somebody with like an actual production company with like actual studios and stuff? Okay? Then maybe it's time to equip those fancy words. But if it's just some guy, then it's some guy. He's human. You're human. Talk like humans. Dress for the job, bro. You don't need to impress me. Although, hey, you don't need to impress me if you're charging like lower prices. Like, I'm not trying to be rude. Okay, that looks like 1200. Um, okay, that just looks even worse. Anyways, but like if you're charging like lower prices and you're working with clients who generally like aren't crazy famous, don't have crazy egos, they're normal people, then talk to them like a normal person. You're just gonna scare them off and make them think you're just gonna decrease this sort of perceived attainability. If you're trying to be professional and you're trying to be like, oh look at me, look at what I can do for you, look at I'm Mr. Bossman Editor, and then they're gonna be like, is this guy the real deal? Like, is he a fraud? Is he just trying to sell me something? Perceived attainability goes down because they trust you less. Okay, trust. Can they if they people don't work with people they can't trust. Okay? If I hand my editor like a footage, for example, if I hand my editor some footage and he goes and like shares the footage with other people or like shares like a part that I didn't want out there on purpose. Like let's say somebody walks in and I say something rude by accident, okay? I say fuck you, get out of my room. And I don't want that shared. I need to trust my editor for them to not share that. Like clients will do like I had a client who like whose sister came into the room and he said, "What the fuck are you doing?" And he grabbed something. He grabbed something. He threw it at her, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is awful." I didn't share it to anybody, but like he had the trust in me to not share that sort of stuff. People don't work with people they can't trust. Okay, but if you went, if I was that guy, if I had a sister and she walked in and I said, "Get the fuck out," and I threw something at her, okay, and then my editor shared it around, I can't trust that guy, and other clients will see this as well. Like, oh, I can't trust that. If I ever slip up on a video, I can't trust that guy because I just know he's gonna share it around. Okay, you don't want to be that sort of guy. This goes, you don't realize it, but everything you tweet goes round fast. Like, make sure that you're trustworthy, so that perceived attainability of you being the dream editor goes up, not down. Okay, be the guy, guys. Be the guy. But yeah, I think that's about it if I'm not mistaken. Um, but yeah, be real. Dress for the job, okay? Don't hide the fact that you want to make money because we all want to make money. Otherwise, we'd be editing for free. What fucking idiot is going to work for free, okay? Unless you're starting out, that's completely fine. If you're starting out, that's completely fine. But like, if you're an experienced editor, don't tell them you're going to work for free because you're not. You want money. It's normal. It's normal to want money. If somebody doesn't pay, say, hey man, you haven't paid me. That's normal to want to get paid. You worked for this. Do it, okay? I just, I didn't just share all of this for you to go and not be clear with your clients. I told you this, okay? So you guys can go benefit. Okay? You guys can actually go and be clear with your clients and they will love you more. All right? Please Make these results, because you get better results from this. Okay, you start being clearer and calmer with clients, and you start understanding that it's like this and not like that. You start being calmer and less stressed about your clients, and you start having better results and start feeling better about your editing and about your editing journey and your everything. And then you say, thank you, Danny. I feel good because I feel like everything that I did here paid off. So please, for your sake, please, guys, take everything in it. Remember, I want you to love me. Okay, so just, okay, let's go over everything just one more time. I know I've been recording for like an hour and a bit. Okay, be clear with your communication. Okay, don't beg it. Don't beg it. Just let the knowledge do the talk. Let the portfolio do the talking. Be reliable. Don't be somebody they have to hold hands with while they're doing this stuff. Okay, they should be able to send the video to you and feel good. Go to sleep like a baby, and not have to worry about anything. Okay. Oh no, recording. The audio goes through one ear. Dream editor. Dream editor. This is the guy. Okay. He's reliable. He knows what he's doing. Can you do 2 videos a week? Yes, I can. Oh, by the way, can you do 5 videos a week? Sorry, I can't. That's cool. I move on. Because if you make a promise you can't keep, okay, you make a promise that you can't keep, attainability goes down. Like the possibility of you being a dream editor goes down, and you're gonna get fired. Okay. Like know your limit. Oh, my mouse is bugging. Okay, let's do one more. Like know your limit. Okay. If you can do a couple videos, do a couple videos. You don't have to be a volume guy. You don't have to do more. You don't reach 10K a month from doing a bunch of videos. Okay? Millionaires, do they become millionaires by starting a million businesses? No. They do what they can. One business, maybe two, but one business mostly to become a millionaire. Okay? You don't have to be a volume guy, okay? Know your limits. Okay? And then and if you fit into their system, you fit into their system. Wow, my dream editor. He actually fits into the system. And he's not some crybaby who cries about his software not working, and he can actually do the job. Okay, you don't have to tell them about all your life problems, okay? Oh, he's actually clear. He's telling me that he's got stuff done. And when he doesn't get stuff done, he tells me about that, and I know. I love this guy. Oh, not entitled. Okay? His portfolio is actually good. Okay? You don't have to worry about this. Like, I mean, you don't have to. You do have to worry about this. This is probably more worrying than so. But like, to actually bag them first, you need to make sure that your portfolio doesn't have like a bunch of videos on. Don't be entitled. Okay? You need to make sure that you do this first. Actually, make sure that you're not entitled first in order to bag the client and become the dream editor. Like, you gotta make sure that you don't have these mistakes. Okay? Time. How fast can they see results? How fast can they know that they made the right decision? They made the right decision picking you over all those other editors. Guys, there's a lot of editors now, okay? From when I started, there was a lot less. There's a lot more editors, and it's gonna grow and grow and grow. You've got competition. I don't want to be like Andrew Tate, but you've got competition. You need to show them that you're the right guy. How fast can you shut them down and show them that you're the right guy, okay? And then after that, are you gonna get complacent? Don't, okay? Be like me. Be like me. Want people to love you, okay? Okay, want your client to love you and your work. Okay? They gotta feel like they're impressed more and more and more. Okay? Effort and sacrifice. Remember, they shouldn't have to do more. They shouldn't have to do any cutting or subtitling for you. They should give it to you and feel they should give you for the footage, go sleep like a baby. Or they should give you the footage and be able to go out with their friends. Oh, sorry guys, I can't go out right now. Or maybe they go out and they're like, sorry guys, I'm not focused. I have to talk to my editor, which means they can't go out with their friends. They have to do they have to give up going out with their friends because they have to talk to you. They shouldn't have to sacrifice. We want this. Okay? We want this. Oh no, the audio Dream editor. He's a guy. Don't worry guys, he's the guy. He'll fix this. Because remember, our job is about fixing things first before adding stuff on, okay? Make sure that the cake isn't burnt first. Make sure the cake isn't burnt first so you can start adding the icing on, okay? Everything. thank you. I love you. Thank you for watching this. I love you for watching this far. Like, you're my star. I don't have to do a heart, but like, you're my star. I love you guys. Um, I hope you actually learn something. I hope you actually implement this. Good luck. I believe in you, bro.